thousands and thousands of interlocking iron or steel links which provide good protection and were the pinnacle of armour in the 12th and 13th centuries. As you can see here, Thomas being knocked into his mail by his PTA, a peasant boy. His armour is closely fitted to him. It's designed to move with him. If it's too baggy, it'll slow him down. If it's too tight, he can't move. In either case, it's bad. He'll probably end up dead on the battlefield. So, what we're doing now is just strapping him into it slowly. You might think the mail is heavy. Yes, it is. All that it's wearing is probably about 20 kilograms, which is about 45 pounds in old money. You can see they're tying straps around his elbows, they'll tie straps around his wrists, and they'll belt it around his waist. This serves to distribute the weight so that it can move more easily. We'll demonstrate that in a moment. Actually, we have a one we made earlier. This is, what's your name, sir? Sir Henry de Courtenay? Sir Henry de Courtenay. He's already wearing a similar level of armour. You can see. Go for a bit of a run for us. So the armour doesn't slow him down. Right, back you go. Similarly, if I push him over, on your back, well, how's he going to get up now? He's just like a turtle. No, get up. Because if you can't get up, you're dead. You don't want to be dead. We can't make him do press ups because he's holding a shield. I'm not going to force that one. Alright. Alright, come on, do some press ups for him. Yeah, let's not make him do too much. As you can see, the impact on him isn't that bad. The armour doesn't really slow you down, it doesn't really restrict your mobility, but the extra weight does stack your stamina a little bit. That's the only real limitation to it. That and wearing all this is, on a hot day like today, a bit like being inside a cup. It do get very warm. Now, the next step we're adding to Thomas here is something called surcoat. This is something we picked up in the Middle East during the Crusades. When you were fighting in hot weather, the sun bearing down on steel armour, knights would literally cook. This basically serves to provide as a layer to stop the heat getting to the armour quite as bad. But we brought this back to England because we all know what the weather's like down here, don't we? It helps to stop it rusting in the rain. This also serves as a form of identification. We can see from St Thomas's shield, it's here. He's bearing the heraldry of the city of Manchester. This will probably be familiar to some of you. If you look over the dustbins around the city, you might see something similar. Shields are not made of steel, they're made of wood, essentially a disposable item. Alternating planks of vertical and horizontal wood laminated together, fronted in canvas and rimmed in leather. These serve to protect the knight, provide a means of deflecting blows and shielding himself from arrows, and as a means of identification along with the surcoat on the battlefield, as we can demonstrate by Sir de Courtenay here, wearing the same shield. These guys are part of the same group within our society, so they bear the same heraldry. We're just finishing up with Thomas here. Putting the belt on him. This will cinch everything to his waist, and then he'll be ready to fight in a few moments' time. We talked about the armour. Let's talk about weaponry. What's the first weapon you think of when you think of a knight? I'm looking at the children here. What am I carrying? So, this is the stereotypical one-handed sword you can't carry. This is basically a way of saying, I am rich, I fight for a living, I can afford all this steel. In medieval times, iron and steel were an expensive commodity. They were very rare, and to forge a sword, you need a lot of skill. While a village blacksmith might be able to make something that looks like this, being able to bend it, as a sword needs to be able to do, have a folded edge, it might shatter. You need special training to make a sword. Other weapons you may carry, I'm carrying a mace. This is designed specifically to fight men wearing mail. For example, Thomas I can aim for his shoulders, his elbows, his hands. If I can break his bones, I can stop him fighting. I don't have to kill him. If I can capture him, then I can ransom him back to his family, which ultimately gets me a lot of money. And I also get to keep his sword, I get to keep his horse, and I get to keep his armour, which I can then pass on to my children to arm my family. That way he's out of a year's pay from the ransom and another year's pay because he's got to re-equip himself. The other weapon I'm holding is the lance. Every soldier, from the lowliest peasant to the richest knight, is expected to equip himself with one of these. This will be used on horse, couched under the arm, like so, charge along at the enemy, skewer a few men, drop it, and draw your sword. On the front, if a knight needs to dismount, he can take along the lance, break it over his knee, and fight with it under his arm, as such. I'm just finishing up with Sir Thomas now, we'll be able to get them fighting in a moment. And the other weapon I'm carrying, the Pope did not like these, because good Christian knights should not kill each other. That's a dagger, yes. A dagger is purely designed to kill. Can I borrow you to the court today? There are a few weak points on a knight's armour. Around the throat, around his eyes, under the arms the mail's quite strained, and between the legs. If I manage to disable him, and I really don't like this guy, if I don't want to capture him, I could shank him, but he's alright, I don't want to do that today. Don't you dare draw your sword on me, save that for him. Okay, so, I'm just about finished now. The final piece that they're putting on Thomas is helmet. This is, in essence, the most important part of his armour. With that, he's now fully protected. It will be the first piece of armour that a man would seek to acquire, because his shield will cover everything else. Also for a knight, if he loses his helmet, he's essentially considered unarmed or unarmoured on the back of it. This armour is functional when they've strapped it onto the shield. Around the head. To prove this sword is blunt, it still hurts. I can do that all day, all I'm going to do is wind him up. Now, Thomas is fully equipped. I've just been holding his spear. To look pretty, there he is, all ready for battle. Now, we've gone through the effort of putting him into his armour. We've made this man put on his armour. Who wants to see a bit of fighting? Right, who's going to cheer for Sir de Courtenay? And who's going to cheer for Sir Thomas? Right, gentlemen. Right, I'm just going to ask before we do this that you guys stay outside the ropes just for your own safety. Now, the combat you're about to see is not scripted. This is entirely based on the skill of the combatants. So, pick your champion, cheer for them because they fight all the harder when you're cheering for them. Let's get some enthusiasm going. When you're ready, gentlemen, fight! Trying to hit each other. I think it's probably a bit unfair to put that down to one round. Should we give them another shot? Give the Courtenay a chance to regain his honour. So Thomas, have you got one more in you? I don't think he's got a choice in this matter. When you're ready, lay on! Cheer for your champions! Cheer for the Courtenay! Cheer for Sir Thomas! Flash of sword, so he's hit the arm! Thomas's sword arm is injured! You'll keep fighting! surrender. Just give him a minute to catch his breath. You got one more in you? Let's give him another shot to regain his honour. Third and final time. Cheer for our plucky underdogs and the Courtenay. Who's cheering? Mr. Thomas. In yesterday's trap, they were booing one of the combatants. That was unfair. Anyway, when you're ready, gentlemen, one final round.
Thomas is with the black helmet, so he's
Thank you very much for watching. We have been Historia Normannis. There will be a hurdy-gurdy display somewhere in that direction in 5 minutes.